born a little early, like a month and a bit early. But we were so excited that we had this little boy and everything, and he kind of changed that excitement a little bit because all he did was cry. So we had lots of doctor's appointments. He was always sick. They didn't tell us he had autism until he was actually much older. They called it mentally delayed, so that was okay because I figured a delay, you know, if the bus is delayed, it catches up at some point. But anyway, we found out he wasn't going to catch up, and it was devastating. You had to suffer or mourn the death of the little boy that you thought you had, that you wanted, that you were looking forward to, and then kind of re-love the little boy that you do have. You go through so many emotions. You go through just a horrible, you want to know what's the reason, why did it happen, what went wrong, whose fault is it. You go through so many things, and then you accept it. Then you learn that this is who you have, and you just fall in love with him, and the days go on. I wouldn't change anything about Corey now, even when he was younger, even when we went through the first phase of discovering who he was and stuff. Somebody had asked me if you had a choice now, if you could take him away and get back the real Corey with no problems, no issues, would you? And you can't give him away now. You just love him. He's part of us. He's part of me. There's nothing. If I could change anything, I think I would change people's perceptions of him. He's the happiest, most loving, caring person that you'd ever meet. He isn't jealous of anybody. He isn't hurtful. He doesn't have the characteristics that we have. Like, he's not selfish. He's not insecure, I don't think. He's just him. One of my first memories of the power that this little guy has is that the way he remembers faces and people. And when he was about 2 years old, my grandmother came to visit from Vancouver, and she just fell in love with him. And she paid him a lot of attention for about a half an hour, 45 minutes, and then she had to leave. And she came back, he was probably about 8. And my mom walked through the door, and then my grandma walked through the door. We called my grandma Little Grandma. And so my mom walked in the door, he goes, "Hi, Grandma." And then he looks at Little Grandma, "Hi, Little Grandma," like he totally remembered her. And we thought, that's impossible. How could he remember her from that long ago? Having Corey in my life has taught me compassion, huge compassion, patience, tons of patience. Before I had Corey, I was actually afraid of people like Corey myself. I didn't know about them. I didn't know anything about people like Corey. When I first had him when he was really small, unfortunately it cost me my marriage because I was so wrapped up, I guess, in the hurt and the not knowing the future and losing my boy that I thought I had. But I eventually went through a time of, I was ashamed of him at first, to take him out in public because his behavior was a little odd, but eventually that was my issue and I got over it pretty quick. And no, I've just learned so much. Now it's my career. Now I work with kids like Corey, and he's just changed my life way, way, way for the better. He's just awesome. He's, can't really describe him. He just makes you love him. Everybody that knows him, that meets him, falls in love with him. He's just an incredible little man. He's just so sweet.